think what I most admire about King Lear is it's the most profound of Shakespeare's plays. It goes further than any other play I know of in terms of investigating the best and worst of human nature, human behaviour. It's unsentimental, it's uncompromising, it's sceptical, but there's a great deal of compassion there as well.
What's great about this production too is that it is very open and in a way bare, so that the language and the themes of the play can come through, and those themes are absolutely massive. What's the nature of identity, what's the nature of being a human, but on a more domestic and much more connected and personal level, what makes a family?
I think audiences will understand the journey King Lear goes through and how his relationship breaks down with his family. Basically, they'll understand a man who's had a position of great power, great authority, who's got used to being flattered and waited on. And the play really is about his journey of self-discovery and learning that he's no different to anybody else underneath all the trappings.
The mysteries of Hecate and the night, by all the operation of the orbs from whom he do exist and cease to be, here I disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity and property of blood, and as a stranger to my heart and me, hold thee from this forever.
This is, in one sense, I feel much closer to him this time because I'm getting closer to his age. He's 80, I'm nearly 70. So I understand a great deal more of his apprehension about facing old age, about having to let go of things, about looking back on his life and thinking of the mistakes he's made. That's what King Lear has to go through too. He often asks in the play, who am I? And it's really that recognition of himself as just another bare, naked animal, as he says, and no better or worse than anybody else.
Tell me, my daughters, which of you shall we say doth love us most? That we our largest bounty may extend where nature doth with merit challenge.
I think what's kept me fascinated is, first of all, the language. I do love the language. I think it's got so much richness and variety. It's so complex and yet so thrilling when you hear it spoken intelligently. It just keeps spreading. It's like throwing a pebble in the pool and watching the ripples. And the more you do, the more you find out about yourself and about the world, I think. It is a mirror of the world. And the more you look into it and the deeper you look into it, the more you discover. I'll never grow tired of Shakespeare. It's just inexhaustible. It's not a bad idea to occasionally to take a break and do something else just to refresh yourself and get out of that one tunnel. So I've done some opera in recent years. I'll be doing some opera again next year or year after. I'm acting in a Chekhov play later in the year. So it's good to just make that little break and then come back refreshed to what I love most. I enjoy this role. I enjoy playing with these other characters on the stage. If I didn't enjoy it, I think I wouldn't have the energy there at all. And it's partly a sense of it's got to be done. You know, you just got to keep yourself fit, keep yourself active. And also I'm aware of having to lead the team and set a good example. I get very nervous when a show's about to open because we have no idea what it's like until we get an audience, and the audience then tells you what you've got. I'm aware that people have come a long way to see this play. They've forked out good money to see it, and we all of us owe them our very best effort. I think it's interesting to see young actors coming into the business and having to learn how to pace themselves, how to pace themselves during rehearsal, how knowing when to listen and when to make suggestions and when it's best not to.
It's unusual that someone in Australia should just have that amount of knowledge and experience connected to Shakespeare.
And he's a true gentleman. He's just, not only is he incredible at the work, but he's just a lovely man to be around and very kind and gracious.
It's just an interesting apprenticeship, I think, and I've been through it. I know what it's like and the mistakes I made, the gauche things I did when I was younger. You just got to gently guide people and help them over those hurdles so they become members of a profession that has a great deal of mutual respect for each other. When this company started 20 years ago, we started with nothing. It was the middle of a recession, and yet we were launching a theatre company that would employ large casts and travel all over Australia just playing Shakespeare. So it was a kind of a crazy thing to do in a way. So I had no doubt I would continue, but at times I was just aware of, can we go another week? Can we pay the bills next week? Can we pay the salaries? Or, is it time to call it quits? And I'm very glad we persisted.